All right, it looks like we've got green bars. Good morning, everybody. Just putting together a real quick demo today. D&D, WotC has been in the news a lot for using AI, and a lot of it's negative. And I think that's fair because they said they wouldn't do it, and they are doing it. And it's like make up your mind, guys. But I use AI myself frequently, especially for creativity help. I'm a big fan of like fantasy name generator online. I've used spreadsheets to build generators, and even like old school guys, we use tables, right, to roll and get random results and prompts. AI can do that, but it can also do that in a directed way, and that I think is pretty hard to replace. So I'm going to demo that for you today, doing something that I do relatively on the regular, right? Excuse me. So we haven't done much in broadcast lately, and there's reasons for that. I won't get into it here. But we're still playing. So I still have my Monday night group that's playing Savage Rifts online, and I have a Friday night group that meets about once a month to play in person around the table with the TV and the camera, the 360 camera and all that. Really good stuff. But the Friday night group only meets once a month, and so if they choose to cancel, and if you go back and look at some of the old material from the gaming days, we've got rules, session zero rules about when we cancel and when we don't. And for the Friday night group, since it's only once a month, if we cancel, we've gone like 2 months without playing. So we came up with a new rule that says, okay, if everybody can't be there, we will play, but it will be a one shot. So that added a little bit of extra workload to me, to where I have to either read, prep, know some existing material, or have to make some on the fly. So, yeah, I've been doing the latter, and I've been using AI to help with it, um, with the art as well as the writing. And today we're going to use it for the writing. I can do another demo on the art, but there are people that are probably better at it than I am. My two tips for that, just real quick, are lock your seed when it gives you something you like, because if you ask it to iterate and you haven't locked this seed, it will get away from the style that you like. So you can keep the same style. Also, with a comfy UI piece of art, you can drag and drop that art right back into the web page, and it will give you all of your settings and prompts and everything back. So we may do a demo on that. If you are at all interested in seeing that demo, leave a comment, message me on the Discord. Invite is right down there. Everybody's welcome. It's not really an active Discord, but you can always get me on there, other game masters, talented folks. So yeah, but without any further ado, let's just get into it. So as mentioned, we're assuming now that the um, group can't make it, right? We've got, for some reason, we've got a cancellation or some kind of need for a one shot. So I've got a Word doc open here. It's one shot idea. We're just going blank, clean slate for this stuff, right? And we're going to use ChatGPT to flesh this out. Now, one thing I will say, um, ChatGPT is a great AI. It's free. It's going to start, it's in auto mode, so it's going to start in whatever the latest is. It's 4 right now. And then as I use it a lot, it's going to go down to 3. Not a huge amount of difference for what we're doing, but bear that in mind. Some real quick pointers though. AI is going to be really good at anything your smart 12-year-old nephew would be good at doing. And that's, I think, the quickest way I can explain it. It has a bad memory. It contradicts itself. It says things that are wrong, makes things up, otherwise cannot be trusted, right, to do quality work. It is not a professional. It is not a writer with any skill or experience. It's just seen some movies, read some comic books, knows some cool stuff, and can prompt you, the adult in the room, for some better output. So we're going to ask the machine to generate us content, right? And then we're going to capture the content we like and put that into a classic document. I'm using Google Docs, right? Use whatever you want. You can put it directly into Foundry VTT, which I would probably do after. But we're going to do some examples of things that work really well. And we're also going to highlight some things that don't work well. So right off the bat, We need a theme, we need a setting. So I'm going to go back to my Word doc. Oops. I've got the tabs hidden because I thought that was cool, but that's just slowing me down. It's Control Tab to switch through them when you're in F11 mode in Chrome. Anyway, so one shot, we're going to start with the idea. And I'm actually going to write the prompt here. I wouldn't necessarily store the prompt, but we're going to develop that as we go. And so here comes the next tip. AI works well when you flatter it. A lot of the AI hacking things are context switched. So you say, imagine that you, or, what if you, that sort of thing. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to say, imagine you are my best friend and business partner in a tabletop, boy, I wish you didn't have to watch me type because I suck at it. Role-playing game company. We are working to write a good story together. And I need your help. Okay? So we're telling it, we're setting it in a frame of mind to be a collaborator. And I forgot to flatter it, so we're going to say very smart and experienced. Imagine you are my very smart and experienced best friend and business partner in a tabletop role-playing game company. Yes, Jerry, if you're out there, I'm replacing you with AI. Sorry. Anyway, we're working to write a good story together, and I need your help. All right, now, tip number 2. Do not reveal the setting to the AI. Do not reveal the world constraints to the AI, because it will start dragging things in that may or may not make sense. You will lose flexibility in that. So when you're writing this design and when you are going to prompt AI to spit things out for you that will give you further ideas to encourage your writing, don't give it all the details. Because again, as mentioned before, it's a 12-year-old. It has a bad memory. It is bad at details, and it will screw them up, and it will cross them up. And if you don't notice, you're going to copy paste notes into your stuff, which you need to rely on in the heat of the moment, that is not good quality. So to keep quality high, we're not going to give it too much information. What I have in mind for this one shot is the Zidikicks. So in like North Dakota in Rifts, there are these alien creatures. They're insect men that have come in through a dimensional rift, and they, like locusts, sort of devour, but they also conquer and build great big towers, and they're incredibly tough and resilient. So it's an alien invasion of insects, and that's all the information we're going to give the AI. The setting is the wilds of North Dakota. We'll give it that. We'll say it's the post-apocalyptic wilds of North Dakota. I'm avoiding saying Rifts at this point, because if I do, it'll be like, oh, Rifts has vampires, and I don't want vampires and stuff. So it's the setting is the post-apocalyptic wilds of North Dakota, and the group is fighting off an alien invasion of insectoid creatures. Doesn't like the word insectoid, so it's I just didn't spell it correctly. The setting is post-apocalyptic wilds, North Dakota, and the group is fighting off an alien invasion of insectoid creatures. They are defending a small town. And we'll stop there and say, what ideas do you have to spice things up? All right, prompt number 1. Here we go. I won't read it back to you because you just watched me develop it. Bazinga. Boom. Also, if you save this, you can just tweak the lines for the setting and the location and what have you, and it'll spit things out. So, okay, so it's got some ideas. Dynamic weather conditions, harsh weather, super cool. Unique insectoid abilities, I can skip that because those are defined, but this does give me the idea to highlight some of those. So that's kind of cool. Town dynamics and NPCs, it really thrives at this, especially because those NPCs don't really matter all that much. It doesn't really matter what name, for example, or what background, and you can sort of get the AI to do a lot of legwork to interface them together. Resource scarcity, mutations of technology, moral dilemmas, epic battles and set pieces, unexpected allies. So already we've got some really good ideas. So we're gonna switch over here, and we're gonna say event tornado. Just storing that idea. That's a good one. Town dynamics and NPCs. So this is going to be a place where it really shines. We're going to say generate the leadership of the town, including mayor and we don't want to do too many. Let's do 3 council members. Describe each briefly, including relationships with each other. All right, Mayor Gretchen Halverson. And again, since I don't like the pronunciation of that name, not familiar with that last name, I might change it. Description: tough, no nonsense leader in her late 50s. Gretchen is respected but feared, right? So this is a good detail here. Boone McAllister is a former military engineer. That's awesome. In the setting of Rifts, maybe we say he's ex-coalition. That could be cool. Council member Edith Faulkner, an elderly former school teacher and community organizer. So those are good, right? Let's see. Boone is loyal to the mayor. That's cool. We've got Joseph Morris. I guess I did ask for 3, didn't I? Morris views Hiverson as an obstacle for his vision of the town. Interesting. So you can poke this. Now I'm going to show you. It will probably change something when we do this, but please update mayor. Oops. I don't like this Halverson, and again, I'm just going to screw it up in the actual play. Let's see, not update. We're going to be more specific. We're saying please rename Mayor Halverston to Mayor Hastings and regenerate. Hastings, right? It's still H, but there we go. Gretchen Hastings. Much better. And I'm not going to screw that up. So if we wanted to compare, right, we're going to, some of these details are going to change. And it's because it's memory slips. I'm not too worried about it right now because I haven't kept any. But we did get a memory update here. So that's good. All right, we're done. We'll grab all this. And we're going to store that. That's decent stuff, right? I don't care about that part. Okay. Again, like I said, I really like using name generators, but we've got a really powerful one right here. Generate the name of the town and something interesting about its backstory. Again, this is not an element that I particularly care about. So it's Rookhaven. That's a cool name. Backstory: Kratom was initially established as a small mining outpost. In the 70s, when the alien invasion began, the old mining towns became both a sanctuary and a death trap. Cool. Insectoid creatures were drawn to the residual the residual energy of the rookite veins. I don't know that I want to introduce a new material called rookite, um, but interesting. So the mines could have been seen as burrows that already existed, and the aliens maybe came and built their thing there. Refugees and fighters. Population has grown again as refugees and fighters from across the region flock to the town, drawn by its fortified position. I'm not really necessarily on board with that either, but we'll start with some of this. Establishes a mining town. That's great. 1970s. Um, you know, that's fine. And we'll add our own bit of material here. This is now the first piece of like actual writing that I'm doing. We don't need the 1970s detail. We're going to say before the war, the mining operation shut down. The Zitakix found the existing burrow of the mine an excellent toehold. Right, so we got some decent notes there. And the cool thing about this type of development for prep is you don't have to show any of this to your players. You don't have to use any of it. Like I'm going to use the name, and it's a mining town. That's super cool. I'm going to remove again this mention of this heat resistant properties stuff because I don't want to add technology to risks. It's already high tech. Yeah, that explains series of cave-ins and stuff. So it's unlikely that the people surviving now would know about the unexplained cave-ins. Sorry. It's live, guys. It's actually live. Okay, so there's that. And I think that gives us a good start on the demo. Some other interesting things we can do is we can see if the AI is capable of bringing in the setting material. So please change the setting to riffs and swap the aliens for Zitakix. Yeah, see now, the Great Cataclysm changed everything. Zitakix, territorial and relentless, drawn to the ley line, seeing the town as incursion, expanding their territory, right? So, yeah, that's actually really good. That's not bad. It's probably because we're on GPT-4, right? So we take this and we copy it, and we paste that into our document, and we can clean that mess up later. Now, another thing that I've used this for is extemporaneous writing for things that again contain details that I don't necessarily feel the need to touch, and this can be wonderful for handouts, especially handouts that are just there to provide color and background. And that kind of handout, even though generated by AI, can add a ton of depth. I did it with a journal in a game just a little bit ago, so I am going to do it again now. Let's add a character, the former mayor. Please name him and give him a brief description. He was killed by the Zitakix. All right, so here we've got Hal Weaver. Ooh, the true mayor, right? That's kind of cool. His death was a turning point for the town. Okay, please generate the last 10 entries in his journal. We've made progress. The outer defenses are holding. Talk to Gretchen today. She's worried we're not doing enough to prepare for a full-on assault. Uh, Another delegation from the coalition. They're offering protection again. It's tempting. I can't deny that, but I know their help comes with chains. Nice. This is really good. So entry 10, right? He's gonna die. This is the journal ends abruptly here. Going out with the patrol tomorrow. I need to see for myself what's happening in the mines. It's been too long since I've been on the front lines, and maybe I've forgotten what it's like out there. Can't ask others to risk their lives while I sit behind these walls. Gretchen says it's too dangerous. I have to do this for the town and for myself. So this can become a log that maybe they find on a digital device on his body. I think I forgot to grab Hal and his content out of there. Whoops. Hold tight. Yoink. All right, so now I've got a cool town. I've got some history. I've got some context. And again, this is me prompting it. You can't ask a table to refine itself. Of course, you can refine it manually, and I'm going to have to with this material in my one-shot document that I've started here. But you don't have the ability really to change a table like you can an AI. You can say, I don't like this, let's change this. And you can, of course, ignore the output, as you can in both cases, but you can reprompt the AI to make it come back. So let's see. We already had some setting events, but please generate 3 conflicts. That would add texture to the story. Coalition dilemma. Several offers to protect Rookhaven. That's kind of cool. We could have coalition characters actually enter, maybe a spy or an intelligence officer. Divided Council, Curse of the Rookite. I don't care for the Rookite angle again at all. I kind of see what they're trying to do there. What the millions of voices and writings that have made up this knowledge base are trying to do. So let's keep maybe some of that. I might try to develop maybe more of a Native American angle. Rather than Rookites, is there a Native American legend from the Black Hills that we could use as a supernatural obstacle? Sorry, North Dakota, Black Hills. We're going to sort of ground it in the past. That's one of the most interesting things about Rifts is how do we bring in the world before the cataclysm. Supernatural obstacle, the wrath of Unktihi. Unktihi. Oh. Disturbed an ancient Unktihi. Okay. Now I'm just super curious. Is this a thing? Yeah, it sure is. Unktihi and the flood as told by Lame Deer. Lakota water monster. Ha! Okay, ChatGPT. Powerful serpentine creatures that dwell in deep waters and caverns. We got acidic conflict here. Visuals and atmosphere. This could actually be the true conflict of the module. We may have just touched on something really cool. So now I've got 7 pages of notes, background material, and stuff. More than enough for a one-shot. At this point, I would switch over and start doing some art or start looking for what on earth Unktihi is supposed to look like. Maybe that. Water dragon. Crazy. So this is pretty ripe for AI. Oh, look, that's cool. Um, I would love to hear how it's pronounced too, just to practice that, and I would spell it phonetically in my notes. So that's it. Quick live demo. This is how you would do it. And I've kind of got a seed for an adventure next time that folks don't show up. We're gonna do something with some folks out in the new west of the wilds of the Black Hills. That's it for this session, guys. If you want to see more, if you're curious about the art, or you want to see maybe Notebook LM or Private GPT or some document analysis AI, we can do some demo on that too. But that's what I had in mind, and I really have been wanting to get this one out for a while. So thanks for bearing with me. Again, comments, questions, all the things that you do here on the Tubes of You. And if you join the Discord, I'm happy to talk to you. Get in touch with me however you like. Have a great day and enjoy whatever game it is you're playing. Thanks. Bye.